Hi and welcome to the Rapid Growth Weekly Vibe from the 11th to the 17th of November. Now this week we also have a full moon. So the energy will be high again, and that also means that thoughts and ideas and emotions can run high. So remember that the impact from the practical vibe that we had last week, remember that. So when things are starting to getting a little bit too much, a little bit emotional or overwhelming, then tap into the memory of that. Right, so that you can feel that when you're becoming ungrounded, you can ground and touch base again. Right, so because this week with the full moon, it can get a little bit intense. Okay, so be mindful also in that case of your loved one's needs, especially this week. Right, as you might actually find yourself now that you're a little bit too much in your own world, in your own reality, and with everything that's also been going on in your life. So spread compassion, spread understanding to those around you that are facing challenges. Right? We are all doing our best, and remember that not everyone is designed to cope and deal with high levels and amounts of stress. Okay, so there seems to also, and this stress can also be created because it feels a little bit this week like this vibe coming in. It's also triggering a scarcity vibe closer to the end of the week. So also be aware of that, right? You might actually find yourself caught up in this state. And then if you do, evaluate your circumstances and see that if what you feel really is true, and if it, for example, will still be a problem in 6 months' time or in a year's time, to assess whether you're actually reacting to something that's really genuinely your gut telling you this is a real genuine concern, or if you're actually reacting from something, from a past trauma, from something that happened perhaps recently or something very long ago. Okay, so we also tend to react and make decisions this week based on past fears. So be mindful of that as well. Okay, so our discernment is not always as clear as it needs to be. So be mindful of that, because this can also cause tempers to come in a little bit high. And of course, it can trigger vindictive responses and reactions in people. Okay, so this scarcity can trigger, dark sides in people that we probably have never really seen. And this is also coming from a place of feeling saturated with the stress, feeling saturated with the collective scarcity and stress that we have been feeling. So keep an eye out for that as well. So you might find you make a mistake, and it could even be a sincere mistake, but the person on the receiving end that feels that perhaps you've done them wrong by them, they might have a very volatile and explosive reaction. So do try to keep it level-headed and just, stay as practical as possible, because simplicity, again, is going to make this vibe much easier to ride out. And the reason why this could also be such a strong influence is that everyone is now starting to see also their hard work paying off, and that includes you. Right, so especially projects or goals that were set in motion in the beginning of the year. So don't overcompensate by trying to protect something that cannot be taken away from you. Right, so be creative and use this rise in this vibe to your advantage, and also channel and transform the heaviness into something that can actually be more constructive for you.